D'Oliveira and Leach shine as Worcestershire have the perfect day. Led by captain D'Oliveira and Ed Barnard, Worcestershire had recovered from an early Chris Wright burst to make it to the end of day one at 118 for 4 at the Upton Steel County Ground. Barnard, who finished overnight on 41, brought up his half-century after a tightly contested opening half hour where Worcestershire had rode their luck. But that luck soon ran out as Ed Barnard fell to namesake Ed Barnes, LBW, 139 for 5. Barnes struck again shortly after, this time getting wicketkeeper Ben Cox to edge behind for just 6 as Leicestershire were forcing their way on top of the game once more. At the other end, skipper D'Oliveira continued to battle on and his fine half-century arrived off 106 balls, an excellent start to life with the captain's armband. But D'Oliveira would soon be playing second fiddle as number 8 Joe Leach played a number of bludgeoning shots as he shared a 50 partnership with his captain that took the pairs past 200 and into lunch. At the break, D'Oliveira and Leach were unbeaten on 57 and 34 respectively. Into the afternoon session, and Leach continued where he'd left off, bringing up his 20th first-class 50 as Worcestershire advanced their score towards 250. D'Oliveira also took a liking to the spin of Parkinson, and the pair brought up their 100 partnership in just 22 overs. Fox's captain Colin Ackerman brought himself into the attack, and he proved to have the golden arm as Leach's fine innings came to an end on 70, having put on 127 with his captain for the 7th wicket. But the moment of the day came close to tea, as D'Oliveira reached his century off 202 balls in a magical start to life as captain. D'Oliveira had arrived at the crease with his side in trouble at 32 for 3, but thanks to him, the pairs were now past 300. Josh Baker added 15 runs at number 9, but would be LBW to Barnes, who picked up his 3rd wicket to leave Worcestershire 313 for 8. Worcestershire would make it to tea without any further losses, to score 326 for 8, with one session still remaining and D'Oliveira unbeaten on 108. Leicestershire would successfully close out the Worcestershire innings shortly after the break, as Ben Mike claimed the final 2 wickets of Charlie Morris and Dylan Pennington. As the Worcestershire innings finally ended on 348, D'Oliveira remained unbeaten on 118, having been ably assisted by Ed Barnard and Joe Leach. With the ball, it was 3 wickets apiece for Chris Wright and Ed Barnes. Leicestershire will have felt they had let the game slip, having had Worcestershire 32 for 3 in the first innings, but their day was only about to get worse. A misjudgment by Sam Evans saw his off-stump knocked back before Rhodes fell to a spectacular rebound catch by Ben Cox. The pairs were riding a wave, and the good got better for them as Hassan Azad fell in the 5th over to leave the Foxes 3 down for just 6 runs. Thankfully for Leicestershire, skipper Colin Ackerman and Lewis Hill managed to rebuild, with Hill in particular looking to counter-attack. However, it could have all come to an end for Hill after he was dropped in the slips with the score on 29. Nevertheless, the pair managed to survive until close, as the day came to an early end with the score on 42 for 3, Hill on 26 and Ackerman in single figures. Joe Leach was the standout bowler with 2 wickets to go with his half-century earlier in the day, and Worcestershire were well on top as they led by 306 runs.